Elon Musk has told us there's a big problem with mortgages. We're discussing on Today in Mortgages. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Today in Mortgages, the show where we're cutting through the hype of the news in real estate and mortgages to discuss what you should be talking with your clients about every day as you're going out there and selling. Today, you can call me opening day. Opening day is happening here in Houston with the Astros. We couldn't be more excited. Rich, are you a Diamondback fan?
Yeah, well, they are my home team here in Phoenix, but there really are no real Diamondback fans. We go to games and the opposing team has a bigger fan base there in our own city. So,
well, we're excited here, but we're not talking about baseball today. Elon Musk had a tweet a couple of days ago in response to a letter that was put out, and he said that, quote, this is by far the most serious looming issue, mortgages too. And he was tweeting this, of course, he tweets all the time in response to something called the Kobayashi letter. In a section of this, it says, over the next 5 years, more than $2.5 trillion in commercial real estate debt will mature. This is by far more than any 5-year period in history. Meanwhile, rates have more than doubled, and commercial real estate is only 60 to 70% occupied. Rapidly rising rates are teaching everyone a valuable lesson. There's no such thing as free money. So, Rich, this letter was mainly to do with commercial real estate, but right. Elon took this and added his own 2 cents on top of that and talked about mortgages. And just right off the bat, what do you think about Elon and his tweets?
Well, when Elon tweets, people listen. So, he can stir up all kinds of stuff. And this is legit, though. It is a big issue, more in the commercial side than it is in the residential side. We're already dealing with the high interest rates and the affordability problem with these high interest rates. But the commercial real estate mortgages, they're slightly in trouble. What they say, close to 25 billion are that mature in the next 5 years, which means they need to be refinanced and requalified by the lending institution. So those borrowers, that whole environment has changed. COVID change. This is happening everywhere. I mean, Houston's at 20% vacancy. Dallas at close to 20% vacancy. It's higher in New York City. It's a little bit higher in San Francisco. So it's a growing thing. And we could see big sales happening on big buildings because the owner, the borrower, can't afford to keep the building anymore.
Yeah, Rich, I mean, it's definitely a big commercial issue. How does this translate into, Elon going so far as to saying mortgages are in trouble too? What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, the big thing is most commercial lending is done by smaller regional banks. So, you've got your local guy in Houston, Texas that works with, a lot of big commercial builders and commercial property owners to finance that stuff. So when those come due and the current owner or borrower can't qualify, now you have big defaults. Those are big numbers on a smaller bank balance sheet. So just like we saw with the kind of the run on Silicon Valley Bank, where people were withdrawing their money, they had to sell bonds and treasuries at a loss because they needed to sell them to get money to give to their depositors when they were requesting their money back. Well, this could happen the same way in commercial lending and the banks that really do commercial lending, the regional banks. And imagine you experiencing that kind of loss, they're going to have to borrow somewhere. And they're going to have to borrow it at high interest rates. They're going to probably have to sell some of their treasuries and bonds prior to maturity, which means they take a big loss. And so that could happen. That's mainly what Elon Musk is saying, is that it's going to be really hard on your smaller local banks.
If I'm a borrower and I follow Elon Musk on Twitter and I read this and I reach out to my loan officer, my real estate agent, and I'm concerned about my mortgage, what would you say to me?
Michael, I really wouldn't worry about mortgages. Mortgaging servicing rights can be sold anywhere, there's always someone to buy them, especially with a lot of those mortgages that are out there at 3% or below. They're never going to refi. That's like gold for a servicer. So I think we're fine in terms of residential mortgages. It's really just the commercial lending that may cause an issue in the near future.
So if I have a mortgage down at the local bank, and in the unlikely scenario that bank collapses, that note for my mortgage is a asset that they will sell off, and someone else will be servicing that.
Yeah, they may.
They're not going to foreclose on your house because the bank closed down. So that's a little bit of comfort. Rich, this was actually pretty educational for me. Thanks for enlightening me about kind of the relationship between the commercial world and the residential real estate world. You know, we had an article here. We'll link to it below. It's from Business Insider. You can read what Elon said and where it came from. But we're not going to rate the article. We're actually going to rate the tweet from Elon. But before we do, I want to tell you guys about our free resource that we've put together for you guys to go out and market yourselves better in this down environment. So that is 5 marketing musts to get ahead while things are down. You can go check that out at todayinmortgages.com/marketing. Again, that's todayinmortgages.com/marketing. It's a great free resource for you to get out, and you can do and take action on that today to start getting ahead tomorrow. All right, Rich. So we had this tweet from Elon. Like you said, everyone listens to his tweets. He owns the Twitter. So how would you rate this tweet?
Well, the one beautiful thing about Elon Musk is he provokes thought.
Sure.
So his tweets are vague, and they're meant to. It's clickbait in a good way. It's enough to where you go, what is he talking about? And you actually research. So he's good about that. I would give this a 2 only because of the clicky baity feel of it. But it's legit. This is a legit issue happening. But I wouldn't worry about residential mortgages. Your mortgage is fine. Just keep paying your mortgage on time, and you will be fine. It's the commercial lending that we really need to worry about.
Yep. So if any of your people out there ask you about Elon's tweet, you can tell them not to worry. Hey, Rich, any final thoughts before we sign off on today's episode?
Nope. That's all I got today.
Cool, man. Well, happy opening day. Thanks to everyone for tuning in out there. Like, tweet, share it, do the things, follow Elon, but tweet at him about the show. And we'd love to get in front of him for sure. But if you guys liked Rich's commentary on Today in Mortgages, you can check out more of his content by clicking the Grow link below and learning about how you can be part of the best network in mortgages at Network Funding. Rich, thank you so much for being on today. Really appreciate your time. Everybody out there, have a great one, and we'll see you next time on Today in Mortgages. Today in Mortgages is produced by Network Funding LP, which is an equal housing lender, NMLS 2297. The content of this program is meant to be a commentary on mortgage and real estate news, and any discussion of rates and or products should not be taken as an individual mortgage or home buying advice or pricing estimates. And any commentary on this show should not be considered a promise to make a loan. All applicants for a loan must qualify, and you should consult a professional regarding your individual loan scenarios for your financial situation. Visit our website at nflp.com/licenses for all state licensing and other legal information.